Hello there and welcome to today's video in which I'm going to be doing something a little different, certainly to my recent project work, which has been all about polymer paintings. Today I'm making one of my favourite arts and crafts YouTubers, NerdECrafter. And if you've not heard of NerdECrafter, I don't know what to tell you basically, other than you're not doing YouTube right. She's just an amazing creator and I find her hugely inspirational actually for a number of reasons, which I'll discuss during the process of this video. So yeah, let me go and show you how I made her. So I'm going to start by making NerdECrafter's head, which is pretty usual for my process actually. I like to start with the face really, so I can get a connection to the whole project. And I say I'm making NerdECrafter, I'm actually making SaltECrafter, which is her alter ego. So she's going to have a really grumpy face. I have to say that usually speaking she has a really cute face, but she's able to give just the best grumpy face ever with SaltECrafter, so that's why I've gone for that particular look on this model. So I just need to basically start just building on the face with some of the bits of polymer clay. I use Fimo Professional polymer clay, if you're wondering. And it was a really interesting process trying to find some reference images for NerdECrafter or SaltECrafter or Jackie, whichever name you want to give her, because like most YouTubers I guess, there's loads of images of head and shoulders and maybe their torso, but so few of them in full scale really, so it's hard to get an idea of what outfits they'd wear. So it was a real blessing actually that NerdECrafter posted an image up on her Instagram recently of her and Mariah Elizabeth, so I'm gonna go with this outfit because it's just calling me to really. And NerdECrafter appears to be wearing some brown shoes, so that's what I'm going to go for. Nice and basic actually, so that's always a blessing in terms of recreating in polymer clay. So there we go, just add those to the base. So I love NerdECrafter's channel for a number of reasons, but I find her just an amazingly positive source of inspiration. You know, those days where you just think, you know what, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm procrastinating, I'm just kind of, you know, just staring at Twitter or Instagram and I don't know how to get started today. I find her just brilliant to watch whenever I'm, you know, certainly in that frame of mind. I tend to watch a lot of ASMR channels along with kind of soft-spoken stuff really, and it's really not helpful sometimes when I come into the studio and I think, yeah, I'll just listen to some soft-spoken videos because, you know, they're really not going to help you get kind of inspired for the day really. So yeah, NerdECrafter is my go-to really whenever I feel like, you know, I need a bit of a kind of energy injection going on, so she's just brilliant for that. And also she does loads of stuff on her channel. Not only is she, you know, a great artist and crafter in her own rights, I just find it really inspiring how she's prepared to give anything a go really. You know, I tend to stick to polymer clay because, you know, it's what I know really. I just have little time to get involved with other arts and crafts materials, so there's almost like a vicarious joy of watching her videos because it almost feels like I'm giving it a go myself. I've got loads of intolerances and my skin reacts to a lot of stuff, so basically I can't really experiment with other stuff really as much as I'd love to, so I find Jackie's channel just really brilliant for that because you know, I'm just nosy basically. So I've actually baked Jackie's head here just so I can work on the eyes a little easier, but I don't need to do that, it's just a preference really. So now I need to work on NerdECrafter's torso, and I've got my good old reliable bag of some old bits and bobs of polymer clay here, so I just need to make a very basic kind of torso shape really. and pop Jackie's head in like so. And this base has been baked as well, so I'm just going to pop on some liquid Fimo and attach the torso like so. So another reason why I love Jackie and the NerdECrafter channel is because she really reminds me of one of my friends called Vicky, and it's really uncanny actually. Not only does she kind of resemble my friends, but they also kind of have a very similar personality, so it's can be really strange sometimes seeing, you know, a Canadian version of my own friend really. So it's really nice, particularly because I've basically been a hermit over the last 2 years and I've not been able to see very many of my friends, so you know, it's almost quite comforting watching Jackie, and particularly the videos that feature her sister Sika, because my friend Vicky also has a sister and they get on in a very similar way to Jackie and Sika, so it's almost a bit uncanny sometimes. So I wanted to give NerdECrafter or SaltECrafter or Jackie something to hold really, just to bring the model together a little more, and because the NerdECrafter channel is just full of stuff isn't it? So I just thought it'd be a nice idea to try and work in some, you know, things for her to hold really, and she's been really into fidget toys recently, so I decided to go for this banana because banana fidget toys have featured quite heavily in her videos recently, because I think her sister Sika really loves them and because they're just hilarious, aren't they? So that's why I've gone for this one. Her videos really make me want to buy fidget toys because I'm a terrible fidgeter, but I've a dog that's too nosy and too interested in whatever I've got in my hands. So yeah, thanks to Jean Paul, I can't have any. So I'll just pop in some craft wire so the banana should attach pretty well. It'll be nice and secure during baking. So I'll just pop that on like so. And I wasn't sure whether or not to add the design to Jackie's t-shirt, but I decided at this point I would, so I'm just gonna add it on like so. It's a little awkward, ideally I should have done this earlier, but oh well. So I've made another fidget toy here in the form of, I think it's called a poppet, or a, you know, a popping kind of fidget toy, so I'll just add that on like so. It's super simple, so I don't think I need to show you the process here. And I made another fidget toy in the form of a pen topper as well, so I've added that on, as you'll see here. Incidentally, I should have said I've baked this again, so now I can add some hair to Jackie, and I'm mindful that she's going to be wearing her iconic green hat, so I'm just being mindful of that really. That's why the hair doesn't look the neatest. And I've added some eyebrows as well. And I've baked this model again at this point because it just allows me a bit more flexibility in adding the hats. Basically, in case I make any mistakes really, it's, you know, easy to come off. So once that's in position, I can just take the ends off with some scissors. And just flatten that over like so. And I have a list actually of the tools that I use down below in the description if you're interested. So I'm adding another layer of green clay now, because the first didn't work as well as I wanted to really, so I'm adding, yeah, another layer really. And similarly to before, I'll just try and sculpt that over. Just take the ends off with my blade cutting tool here. And I'll use my acrylic roller again just to ensure that it's nice and flat really. And now I can start adding some of the detail on the hats, and this bit was incredibly fiddly, so I can't really show you the process because I had to do quite a lot off camera. So there we go, I think that's certainly coming together as a NerdECrafter model now, or SaltECrafter, whichever you prefer. And here she is, all done. And gosh, this one was just a joy to make actually, because it involved watching lots of NerdECrafter videos, which is never a bad thing. And I think I'm gonna see whether I can send this to Jackie. I'm not entirely sure if she takes fan mail or not, so I'll do a bit of investigative work, I think. But yeah, that's NerdECrafter all done. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm sure it came across actually how much I enjoyed working on this one. So yeah, NerdECrafter is just, you know, just a delight to work with as a subject for a polymer portrait. So next week I'm planning to return to Halloween inspired polymer paintings, and not entirely sure which film I'll be working on yet, so that'll be a surprise. So yeah, in the meantime, have a great weekend and I'll see you then. Take care, bye bye!